Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Monday morning as we work towards the top of the hour in the afternoon for Game 2 of now we're going to have 3 games, or the completion of 3, that is. 2.5 here today from Valley Process Technologies Field, and one has become a de facto semifinal round matchup between the Fargo Jets and the Devils Lake Storm. Winner advances to the championship. Loser has their season come to a close, where the Haymakers will await for a one-game winner-take-all championship here later today in Castleton. I'm Chase Miller, and this is our Castleton Lumber pregame show, where the Fargo Jets just wrapped up a win about a half hour ago in a 5-3 contest over Castleton to advance to this particular matchup. The Jets now 32-9 on the season, going up against Devils Lake. Devils Lake defeated Kindred 7-5 yesterday to get to this point here in the state tournament. Earlier here at the state tournament, when these two teams met, it was all Mason Palmer in a 6-0 win here for Devils Lake. Mason Palmer 21 up and 21 down in a perfect game. Also had a couple runs driven in by Will Heilman with 2 runs scored as well with 2 RBI, and Devils Lake 6-0 win over the Jets. So second meeting between these two teams here at the state in Castleton. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll take a look at the matchups at the B later today in Park River, and from there we'll get to our coaches' conversation of starting lineups and the opening pitch today here in Castleton.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd, our World Certified Public Accountant, has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Up in Park River later this afternoon, it'll be the State B Legion Tournament making its 4th day of potentially 5, as you'll get to an elimination game at 1:30 with Park River and Lemoore. Then the winner of that contest will play Thompson roughly at 3:30 in a championship. Whoever wins between Park River and Lemoore must beat Thompson twice to win the title. If they do get to the if needed game, that'll be on Tuesday at 1:30. And you can listen to it and watch it all with Greg Grins and Brady Siebels up in Park River here on yourliveevent.com. And congratulations goes out to West Fargo Patriots, as they, alongside with Fargo Post for 100, are both making their way to the Central Plains Regional here at Starion Field. West Fargo Patriots are the AA, the State Legion champs. So still to come here later today. Again, after this game gets wrapped up about a half hour or so, we'll go right into the championship with Castleton alongside the winner of this contest. That's a quick whip around across the state. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches. First up, from the visitors' perspective, is Mike Boutain. Then we'll hear from the Devils Lake Storm perspective with Brett Luring, all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening pitch on a muggy Monday morning here in Castleton on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per roll per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one, American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Making it a habit today here on YourLiveEvent.com for the Fargo Jets head coach, which is a good thing if you're a Jets perspective, as Mike Boutain joined us here. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank and what's become a semifinal de facto kind of a game now with the winner to move on to the championship here against the Haymakers later today. Mike, let's just recap that game with the Haymakers. Talk about Sam Chase. I know he gave up a run there in the game, but with runners at second and third, he tried a daylight play, almost executed it perfectly, but he really got out of a difficult situation there with just one run against and really hunkered down for the rest of the game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we had the right play called. We just didn't execute it where we needed to, but Sam wasn't rattled for a second. He just did his job, and we got a couple outs. And honestly, in that situation, we're just looking for him to limit. I didn't expect him to get out of there unscathed. But, I mean, for what he did and only giving up the one run with runners on second and third and less than two outs, that's exactly what we can ask for out of that.
You know, Kobe Ebling had 2 RBIs, last night in the game, but he set himself a really nice performance here in this tournament. What have you liked from Kobe so far?
He's starting to turn the corner a little bit. I mean, he's kind of hard on himself here and there, but he's starting to barrel some baseballs, and things are starting to fall. And when things are getting barreled and things are falling and Colby's good, our lineup changes that much more. So hopefully he can do that again today, and it might even be somebody brand new like it has been all weekend, where somebody else is going to have to step up in those shoes and have a big hit for us.
Second time you'll play Devils Lake, there won't be Mason Palmer on the mound, folks, will remember that one. But regardless, what's just going to have to change from your perspective here, outside of obviously Mason not being on the mound here for Devils Lake, Mike?
Same thing we talked about after that game is we were a little passive on pitches that we can hit, and I hope they're ready to go and they can get after the pitches they want to hit. We have hopefully a little bit better of a plan going into today. We haven't seen Rainsbury throw at all, so it'll be interesting to kind of feel that part of it out. But I just hope we're not super passive at the plate and we're hitting the pitches that we know we can hit and looking for those pitches.
Final thing for me, Mike, it was going to be a follow-up question with Rainsbury on the mound. When you're seeing someone new for the first time, is it, okay, you're looking for a certain pitch? Is it, let's just kind of see what he can throw in terms of what he's locating? How do you go about it as, just a staff and just a team when you're seeing someone new for the first time in the season?
You try not to overcomplicate it, right? I mean, everybody's got a fastball, so you try to take that away as much as possible. But if you're trying to guess what's coming and what's not coming, that puts you in a bad spot. We found out how that works a couple days ago. So again, we're just looking for our pitches that we can hit and we can do damage with, and making sure we're ready for those pitches when they do show up.
Mike, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And again, Mike Boutain with us here from the Jets perspective. We'll continue with more after this in Castleton. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
On our Castleton Lumber pregame show here today, as we're inching closer to the opening pitch and what's kind of became the de facto semifinal now round matchup with the Devils Lake Storm and also the Fargo Jets. Join us, one of the co-head coaches here for the Storm. That is Brent Luring with us. And Brent, I guess yesterday, even for you guys, you had to kind of sit and wait around after that Kenner game to see what the conclusion was going to be, to find out who you're going to play, who would you match up with. So I asked both the coaches from Castleton and Fargo this question. I'll ask from a Devils Lake Storm perspective, how did you kind of just navigate, if you want to call it, not so much the weather for you guys, but you still had to sit and wait to see what the results were going to be yesterday for that Jets and Haymakers game that just wrapped up?
Yeah, we were watching it on YouTube when we got back to the hotel last night before we took the boys out to eat, and we just kind of waited around, and the game kind of got drug out. Then they start again, stop again. So, yeah, we just told the boys we're going to change our agenda in the morning. We had been hitting in West Fargo, but we figured since both teams would be playing at the same time, we'd have the cages to ourselves. We just moved our timelines up and said we'd watch the game, and whatever would happen, and we'll just got to be ready for whoever we get. Let's
go with the Fargo Jets. Obviously, Mason Palmer was sensational when you guys played against him a couple days ago, but obviously with Mason's pitch count, he is done, from that perspective. So you're going to be sending Brody Rainsbury up on the mound. What can Brody Rainsbury do to have, I'm not going to say a perfect game, but try to have a similar performance in terms of being productive on the mound?
Yeah, he, for the beginning portion of our year, he was throwing once a week for us. He went down to Sioux Falls and beat a Double-A team down in Sioux Falls East, and kept us competitive with a very good Thompson team, and we like what he can give us. This team hasn't seen him before. He's a competitor. He's a kid that we pick up in the summer from Nelson County, so he hasn't played against him in high school, so there's no history. It's just we're just trying to show him something they haven't seen, and we feel like we can get some length out of him too, because he's been a starter for us quite often this summer. So
there's been a number of guys we can talk about, but I like someone who comes in and courtesy runs and can do a little bit of everything, and that's Mr. Weberg there. What's he as like a glue guy? Because you never know when his number is going to get called, and he doesn't know. But it seems like when he comes in there, he's full of to try to get to second base and third and home.
Yeah, Taven. He's a kid that he knows the game. He loves the game. He actually played a majority of the summer on our B team. He was one of our leadoff hitters down there and can run the bases and pitch for them, and played a little outfield, infield for them. When their season ended, we were fortunate enough to be able to expand our roster and get us up to 15 guys. And that's probably maybe during the regular seasons one thing we lacked was a lot of foot speed, but now we can add him and give us a little shot in the arm there for some more speed, maybe put some pressure on some defenses.
As you get ready for this, we mentioned pressure yesterday with that stolen base. You had that delayed stolen base with the Palmer brothers. Are we going to see more of that? If that's the case, if you can get guys on here today in terms of putting pressure on the defense?
Yeah, we're not going to change the way we play. It just comes down to the situational things, and if we can put some pressure on guys early, and it seems like the last two games we've scored early and we've struggled to score late, so I think you're probably going to see us force the issue a little more later in the games just to try to get that extra run to try to widen the gap. Yesterday got a little too close, so yeah, hopefully we can get guys on and move them around and get a big hit here to score some guys.
Hey Brent, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That again, one of the co-head coaches, Brent Luring, with us for the Storm. Will continue after this here in Castleton.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, this interview is brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. As we take a look at what the current weather conditions are here today in Castleton, ahead of our starting lineup, saying the opening pitch, overcast skies, 68 degrees, winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour from the southeast, as it's been for the majority of the tournament, going from the left to the right field foul pole here at Valley Process Technologies Field here in Castleton, North Dakota. This is our Castleton Lumber pregame show for the quality lumber and materials you need to get the job done, whether it's siding to plywood, windows, and more. Call Castleton Lumber at 701-347-4471 for a rendering of your next project or home, whether it's maybe it's a man cave, maybe you're working on a lake house, maybe you're just looking to add an extra garage spot to what the garage unit currently has. Get in touch again with Ross and the crew at Castleton Lumber at 701-347-4471. One more time, here's what's at stake for both of these teams. Win, and you play in the championship. Lose, and your season comes to a close. Then it's a winner-take-all against Castleton, as it's a double elimination tournament. one team will be left standing, but whoever will be left standing will have at least one loss on their record after Fargo was able to defeat the Castleton Haymakers in a resumption of last night's rained out or suspended game here on YourLiveEvent.com. And later today in Park River, we will also have 2 games for sure, maybe another one tomorrow afternoon. But at 1:30, you'll get to the contest upcoming here between Park River and Lemoore, elimination game, with then the winner to play Thompson roughly at 3:30 if needed. The second championship game would be tomorrow at 1:30 in Park River. So we still got one more game to be played after this here at the A, at the B, 2 more for sure, maybe 3 if needed. The coaches here in this one for the Fargo Jets, Mike Boutain is the head coach alongside with August Grothman and Nate Sillerud. While for the Devils Lake Storm, the 3 co-head coaches of Jeff Carpenter, Brent Luring, and Mr. Skip Nygaard. That does it for our pregame show. Back with the starting lineups and the opening pitch after this here in Castleton.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
It's now time to get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Devils Lake, virtue of being the higher seed, will be the home team here against the Fargo Jets as they will take the field donning their white attire, storm across the front in red with the red numerals outlined in black. While for the Jets, as they were against the Haymakers in their red tops, Fargo across the front in white with the white numerals outlined in black with the white pants here today. Starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. For the Jets at 32-9 on the season, they'll go like this. Sam Chase, the leadoff catcher, followed by Colby Ebling, the starting shortstop, batting second. Finn Bergstedt, the DH, is batting third, followed by Eli Emeneth, the first baseman. He is batting in the cleanup role. Tate Barnacle, the second baseman, batting fifth, with Andrew Perrault, the third baseman, batting sixth. Harper Schultz, the left fielder, seventh, with Jeremiah Beckham, the right fielder, batting eighth, and Evan Felber, the center fielder, he'll be batting ninth. Jack Joyce on the mound here in this one for the Jets. Joyce pitched back on Friday with 35 pitches there for the Jets. Your starting lineups here in the field: Heilman in left with Olsen in center, Tripke in right. From there, standing at first base here today will be Mr. Remick here for the Storm. Larson at second base with a pair of Palmers on the left side. Mason at short, Max at third, back behind the plate. And Brody Rainsbury on the mound here for the Devils Lake Storm. This will be his first appearance in the state tournament for Rainsbury and the Storm. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower-owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Chase Miller with you here from Valley Process Technologies Field as we get to game number 14 of the State A-Legion Tournament. Both of these teams want to get to game number 15 and the championship upcoming against Castleton here later this afternoon. Opening pitch here by the righty Rainsbury against the righty Sam Chase at 12:02 for the opening pitch. 1-0 on the count here to Sam Chase. And Sam was able to reach base twice in the game against the Haymakers with a walk and a run scored back in the third inning. It'll be 2-0 on the way. Jets looking for their first hit against the Storm in this tournament after Mason Palmer went 21 up and 21 down in the second round back on Friday. A perfect game there for Mason Palmer. See a lot of really good pitching performances here throughout the course of this tournament in a multitude of different ways. Here's the 2-1. This will be foul back to the netting. It's now 2-2. For the Jets, 5 runs across. They made the most of their hits, took advantage of a couple of errors, and that Haymakers win. After falling behind early, a 3-run third and a run in the fourth really propelled the Jets to that 2-run win, as this one is going to be hit down the first base side. That'll go foul. Nice contingent of fans that have made their way here to Castleton at VPT Field, with fans up the first base side. Handful up the third base side here today. Here's the 2-2. This will be popped down the right field line and caught. Nicely done by the first baseman in Remick. Remick makes the play. As you'll see it, as there's going to be one down here in inning number 1. Now you go to Ebling. As Ebling was our player of the game with that 2 RBI base hit against the Haymakers. Here's the 1-0 upcoming. For any particular team, for the Storm, whether it was the Jets or the Haymakers, everybody had their own way of going through the suspended game. We heard from Devils Lake with their head coach, one of their coaches, and Brent Lurie, say we went back to the hotel, watched the game on your live event. We were kind of waiting to see when we were going to go eat, and then getting suspended. So we finally said we got to go grab some food at some time. They did, and changed up their batting routine. Normally they batted in West Fargo before here, but since 2 teams are playing, they used the cages earlier this morning. And speaking of using the cages, this one is hit down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Rounding second, here is Ebling. Will he go for third? He will stay put there. It's a double on the way here for Ebling, and the Fargo Jets get a runner on to start things off here in inning number 1. But even for Devils Lake, it was a matter of wait and see. You weren't 100% sure on the opponent you're going to have to play, so they had to wait. Same thing for the Jets and the Haymakers. They had to wait. Then, as you normally are as a coach, you're making sure you're asking the follow-up or the triple-check question of, okay, does this count as an appearance? Does this count as a day? Can he still come back and throw? So there's a lot of stuff to get hammered out once a game like that kind of gets moved around. But we're all back on schedule now here in Castleton. The 1-0 offering here to Finn Bergstedt. Bergseth hits one on the ground. This one to get by the pitcher. Larson is there to Remick to get the out. We'll move up the runner to third base. Finn Bergseth 4-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. Now to Eli Emeneth. Emeneth has just found ways to step up to the plate in situations like this with runners on. 1 of 3 against the Haymakers so far here in this tournament with 4 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, and 3 extra base hits here for Eli. He will take outside for a ball at 1-0. Barnacle due up next here if Emeneth can climb aboard. Here's the 1-0 offering from Rainsbury. Fastball missing. Makes it now 2-0. We'll see the we'll see the Storm with Max Palmer, Olson, and Mason Palmer coming up here in the bottom half of the first inning for their first time through. As this will work for a ball now 3-0 as Jack Joyce takes the mound here for the Jets. Question right now is, will the Jets be out in front when he does, or will it still be scoreless? We'll see if Emeneth gets a green light on 3-0. Doesn't matter. 4-pitch walk as he will take first base. So Emeneth quickly makes his way to first base. Runners will be at the corners right now as we'll see this with Max Palmer talking it over with Rainsbury here on the mound, just giving him a quick little breather, as you'll see with Tate Barnacle, the second baseman here for the Jets. Barnacle 0 for 3 against the Haymakers. And with Emeneth at first base, runners at the corners being held on by Remick. He will stay put. The pitch is called a strike. It's 0-1. So a pop out by Chase to Remick at first. A double by Ebling down the line in left. Finn Bergseth with a ground out to the second baseman Larson. A 4-pitch walk to Emeneth. And what does Rainsbury have on store here for batter number 5 of the inning? This will be hit in the air. That'll go down for a base hit to right center. It'll go to the gap. Cutting it off there is Tripke. Going from first to third is Emeneth, but it's an RBI single for Barnacle, and the Jets have taken the lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's 1-0 in favor of Fargo. As Colby comes in to score, Emeneth with the good base running off the swing of the bat. It's a base hit for Barnacle. Run scored and a run driven in. As Barnacle has his 4th run driven in here of the tournament. Also be missing for a ball. It's 1-0 to Andrew Peralt. Andrew looking for his first hit here at the state tournament. Does have a run scored so far. Starting third baseman here today for the Jets. The 1-0. Miss outside for a ball. 2-0. Harper Schultz due up next if Andrew Peralt can find a way to get aboard here in the top of the first inning. A couple of barreled up baseballs so far here against Rainsbury by this Jets lineup. 2-0 pitch taking for a strike. It's now 2-1. Umpiring crew here of Nate Nowak with Eric Guler with Cody Hughes and Taylor Fuse here. And this one with our 4-man umpiring crew. Here's the 2-1 offering. Peralt will follow this one back to the netting. That'll be now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third base is Emeneth. Barnacle stands at first. We'll see if he goes in motion potentially or stays put as Remick is holding him on. Here's a 2-2 runners in a break. This will be strike 3 looking, and Peralt is retired. There was a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We played a half inning today here in Castleton. We have a new score. The Jets won. Devils Lake coming up to the plate.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
As we get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company here for Devils Lake the Storm. They'll go like this. Max Palmer, followed by Olson. Mason Palmer will be batting third. Back in the cleanup role with Rainsbury batting fifth. You have Remick, the first baseman, batting sixth. Heilman batting seventh with Easton Kraft, the DH, eighth. Tripke in right batting ninth, and then Ben Larson, the second baseman, after that here for the Storm. Schultz in left field with Felber in center. Beckham in right for post two, the Jets. Peralta at third. Ebling stands at short with Barnacle at second. Eminent at first with Chase behind the plate. They will see Jack Joyce on the mound here today for the Fargo Jets. So the Jets able to get a run in inning number one after being blanked in a perfect game against Devils Lake with Mason Palmer back on Friday. So wasted little time here to get on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. But one thing we've seen from Devils Lake here, the starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company, has been Devils Lake's ability to find ways to get on base. And if they get on base, as this one ricochets off the light pole and back onto the field. As this will be a ball, it's 0-1. Here to Max Palmer. One thing we've seen, if the Storm do get base runners, they're going to be ultra aggressive, trying to get that extra 90 feet. Max and Mason pulled off that double steal yesterday to get a run against Kindred early in the contest. Here's the 1-1 pitch here to the third baseman. I'll miss low on the turf, now 2-1. The last four teams an all-Western affair. First two teams, all-Eastern affair, excuse me. Two first teams eliminated from the West, and the Bismarck Reps and Minot. And join them, the Bismarck Senators and Valley City Royals as well. Followed by Kindred, and who's going to join the teams eliminated? A loser of this one. This will be now 3-1 to Max Palmer. Depending on who's on the mound, we've seen Max play a lot of second base, a little bit of third, depending on the lineup card here for the Storm this week. Here's a 3-1. That'll miss for a ball. It's a 5-pitch walk, and Palmer climbs aboard here for the Storm. As we'll see this now with Olson. And immediately for Coach Jeff Carpenter, able to put a sign on with your number 2 batter. Emineth holding the runner at first base, and Max Palmer. Olson, the starting center fielder, with those bright pink neon batting gloves here. Breaking ball, good spot for Joyce. Clips the corner, it's 0-1. As Max takes his leave off of first. He'll run to second. This is a hit and run opportunity. Foul ball as it's 0-2. So able to see the play early already for Devils Lake and what they want to do with the runner on. Want to put him in motion here against Joyce early. Now with 0-2 count, we'll see if he goes again. Stays put. The 0-2, a high hopper. This one over the pitcher and going to second is going to be Max Palmer with an infield single. Olson able to get aboard here with an infield base hit. He'll be at first. Max Palmer takes his way to second. After that chop, Olson, and with Barnacle just kind of making his way towards second with the runner going there to kind of cover and field almost a second base instead of where he was in a position that allowed Devils Lake there with Olson to easily get aboard on an infield base hit. So the Storm threatening here right off the bat. 2 runners up, 2 runners on. Now it goes to Mason Palmer. Palmer takes a strike, gets 0-1. Obviously, when you throw a perfect game, you're a leader in the clubhouse for a possible tournament MVP throughout the course. If you just said on one performance, without question on one performance, Mason Palmer would be the guy. But when it comes to a whole entire tournament, Mason's had himself a pretty nice tournament as well at the plate. Able to reach base, drive in some runs, score a couple. Trying to do so here in the bottom of the first inning. Now looking to bunt, takes a breaking ball. As we'll see it 1-1. That's what makes the certain teams so dangerous sometimes, even your 3, 4, 5 batters, if you have the availability, kind of see what the defense is able to do, allow them to bunt, put the ball in play, and Mason's got wheels where he could leg out an infield bunt as well. This will be missing on the inner side. Now 2-1. So a walk by Max Palmer, a infield single by Olson has allowed Devils Lake to put runners on here, bottom of the first inning, after the Jets scored on an RBI single by Tate Barnacle in the top half. 2 balls and a strike here from Joyce as he looks back Max. Also be a little chin music, now 3-1. Joyce looking to find the zone right now. Had a 5-pitch walk to Palmer. Got ahead on Olson on 0-2. Before that one was a infield single that went by Joyce. Now pitch number 5 upcoming here to Mason in the at-bat. This will be hit in the air high down the left field line. Schultz giving chase towards it into foul territory. Max is going to try to tag up. Here's the throw, and a nice throw by Schultz. Runners will have to stay put. Palmer is retired on 5 pitches to a fly out down the left field line. That was a foul ball in foul territory, that is. And there's 1 down. Goes to Trayson Beck here, the catcher. Beck is also a sneaky candidate here for possibly one of the guys you can kind of talk about in terms of his ability to catch behind the home plate, throw out some runners. Also has driven in a handful of runs so far here in the tournament. Beck will wear this one. It's going to be a hit by pitch, and the bases are full for the Storm. Max Palmer goes to third. You'll have Olson to second. Beck stands at first, and we'll see a courtesy runner coming in for the Storm, as Brodina will come in and courtesy run at first base. That goes to Brody Rainsbury, a chance to help his own cause here for the Storm. With 1 down here in inning number 1. 5th batter here for the Storm. Corner infielders will play in, while Barnacle and Ebling up the middle will play for 2. First pitch swinging, popped up. Will this have enough room for Chase? Can't get there quick enough. Even if he would have sprung immediately, I don't think he would have got it. It was about 3 feet in front of him by the time it landed down. So it'll be 0-1 here to Brody Rainsbury. For the Storm, able to put some runs across the board. 12 against the Senators in 5. They scored 6 against the Jets back on Friday. Lost 4-3 against Castleton, then defeated Kindred 7-5 yesterday afternoon to get to this point in a semifinal round contest here with the Jets. Here's the 0-1. Let me call the strike now 0-2. State A Legion tournament coming up in just over an hour from now. We'll get to the State B up in Park River with Park River and Lemoore on the championship. Game number 1 to follow with Thompson against the winner of that game, also on your live event. The 0-2. Hit in the air. This one will be down for a base hit to right. 1-1 will score. Olson being waved in. Here comes a throw by Beckham at the plate, not in time. And the trailing runner, Brodina, goes to third. It's a 2 RBI single by Rainsbury, and the Storm have a 2-0 lead. And Rainsbury indeed does help his own cause with 2 runs driven in. As now it goes to Hunter Remick here at the plate. Second hit of the inning so far here for the Storm. As Olson got a good read on that one off the bat, able to get in, and then Brodina able to get the extra 90 feet. Speaking of extra 90 feet, runner will break to second base here, and Rainsbury will be in scoring position. And now they're going to call a balk. So it's going to be a balk on the way that'll allow the runner to take home. So Brodina will come in and score the 3rd run of the game. Rainsbury will make his way, and now runners will be just at second base. And Devils Lake has a 3-1 lead. So no pitch, balk call on the play. 1 down here, top of the first inning. The Jets put 1 run across, and so far here, bottom of the first inning, the Storm put 3 runs across. This is a meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. At Kindred Storage, call 428-3121. That's 428-3121 for storage units on the north side of Kindred for affordable, secure, and easy access for your valuables, or if you're just making a move and need a spot to put some furniture, get in touch with Kindred Storage. Now it goes to Hunter Remick, the first baseman. As Joyce will have to dig in now, as the Storm have plated 3 runs across so far on 5 batters. As we'll see it to the first baseman is Joyce. Has the pitch. This will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Walk by Palmer. Single by Olson. Fly out by Mason Palmer. That was hit fairly well down the left field line. Glove there by Schultz. Hit by pitch by Beck. And Rainsbury with the 2 RBI single. Here's the 1-0. This will be hit in the air to right. The right fielder. He will be right at it by Beckham. And there's 2 down. So a line drive out by Remick to the right fielder. Now it's to Will Heilman. As Heilman picked up the win yesterday for Devils Lake. 6 innings of work of 6 hit baseball, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts, and we'll have a courtesy runner into the game now for the Storm. That'll be with Weberg. Weberg will come in for the pitcher here with Rainsbury. But Heilman here at the plate, the left fielder here today. Trying to see if he can get a 2-out base knock and keep the inning going here for the Storm. This one will miss outside. We talked with Coach Brent Luring about Weberg in the pregame, just saying when he gets on, he's a guy that just wants to get from first to second or even second to third, as Barnacle paying him close attention over at second base. Here's the 1-0. Popped him up. Emineth giving chase towards the Devils Lake Storm dugout, and that one will be on top of the dugout and out of play for a strike. A nice catch by a young gentleman wearing a glove. Able to bring a foul ball there off the ricochet. Earn a buck. Nice exchange. Also legal. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down here. Runner again in Weberg at second. 4 hits combined between these 2 teams here in inning number 1. This will be hit on the ground. Diving play, blocked there by Barnacle. Gets up, fires, throws. Oh, what a play by Barnacle. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors and a runner left on base. Make that 3 runs, on 2 hits. No errors and a runner left on base. We played 1 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Jets coming to the plate, down by 2 against Devils Lake.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
As we come back here, broadcasting from the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency broadcast booth, Chase Miller with you here today. Getting in touch with Kindred State Bank, going online to kindredstatebank.com and see what they got in store for you, both from insurance and your banking requests. Fan of college football, the FBS coaches poll came out. Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia up in the top half. Number 1 and 2 matchup, the Longhorns and the Buckeyes, as they will play at the Shoe on August the 30th in Ohio State. So the coaches are going to deem that the 1 and 2 best teams in college football to begin the season. No balls and a strike to Harper Schultz, now make it 0-2. Schultz, Beckham, and Felber do up here. Rainsbury pitch number 26 upcoming here in the second. This will be hitting the air. This has got a little carry to it. Way back to the warning track. That ball's gone to right center field. Harper Schultz, you can touch them all. And the Jets are back within one on Schultz's second home run of the tournament. Right off the bat here for Harper Schultz. That just sounded good to right center. And with the wind that is blowing a little bit from the left to the right field foul pole, that just added to that ball getting out of here in a hurry. Third hit of the game here for the Jets, and that's how you respond immediately after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning with a solo blast by Schultz. As this will be off the glove of Beck. It's now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here to the right fielder in Beckham, who caught last game for the Jets with Sam Chase starting off or finishing off that game with Jack Nelson coming on to start, and then Chase, that second base, coming on to finish it off. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Taking all the way, fastball, splits the plate, it's 1-1. Run batted in by Barnacle and Schultz so far here for the Jets, so it's kind of been by committee a little bit here for Fargo. They've just had guys step up in key spots and just kind of move the lineup. It's now 2-2. Felber then back to the top of the lineup here for Sam Chase. We're falling behind 2-0, back-to-back strikes. 2-2, that'll be filleted into right center field. That'll be down for a base hit on the way, as Beckham is able to get aboard with a single and a runner's on here in the second inning again here for the Jets. As for Evan Felber, the center fielder here for Fargo, we'll take a look at his wristband, take a look at the play that's going to be on here for Coach Mike Boutain. The center fielder can also put the ball in play. We'll see if he's asked to bunt or swing away. Going to be asked to bunt. Bunts one nicely to the pitcher. They will flip over to first in time there to Remick. Sacrifice bunt that moves the runner to scoring position here. So Felber gets the job done. As now it goes back to the top lineup here with Sam Chase. First time through, an inning and a third here for Rainsbury. 4 hits, 2 runs that were earned, a walk and and make it 1 strikeout. As we'll see it here now, 1-0. Sam Chase popped out in foul territory to Remick, who made a really nice play, and we'll have a quick meeting on the mound, brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. As coming out will be Jeff Carpenter here to talk it over with Mr. Rainsbury. Fargo Jets haven't seen Rainsbury, and if it was going to be Castleton, Castleton hasn't seen Rainsbury, so this was going to be their guy, regardless if it was championship game number 1 or not. But the situation remains the same for both teams coming into this game, which is you must win this, and you must beat Castleton to be Crown State champs. A loss against either opponent, you will finish either third or second here in the state of North Dakota at the State A Legion Tournament. So that mound visit is all wrapped up quickly. Here's the 1-0 to Chase. Chase will take a fastball at the hands, now 2-0. Harper Schultz with a solo homer to right center, a single by Beckham, a sac bump by Felber to bring now Beckham to second base. Here's the 2-0. This will be hit up the first base side foul. It's 2-1. The Jets sent 6 batters to the plate in the first, 4 so far here in the second. A 2-1 pitch. Going to be hit, a 1 hopper. That'll go to Larson. Larson backs up and makes a nice play to Remick there. Productive out to move the runner to third base if you're Chase. Now it goes to Colby Ebling, who's had a good bat here as of late for the Jets. A double his last time up with a run scored. He came in after that Tate Barnacle RBI single for the first run of the game for either club. First pitch swinging, skies one a mile high with 2 down. The third baseman and Max Palmer calls for it. And that'll retire the Jets here in inning number 2. As we played 1.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Devils Lake 3, the Jets 2.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Bottom of the second inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. So far, offense has been the name of the game through an inning and a half. We'll see if it can continue. Devils Lake, 3 runs in the first inning. The Jets with a run across in both the first and the second. The Jets, a run, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Brody Rainsbury with 37 pitches through 2 innings of work. Devils Lake looking for win number 31 of this season. The Jets looking for win number 33. Easton Kraft with Tripke and Max Palmer, 8, 9, and 1 batters here for the Storm. Joyce, 22 pitches to get through the first inning, and 2 hits, 3 runs, all charged, a walk and no strikeouts. As we'll see it here with Kraft. It's Easton Kraft. He's going to play a little third base here this week and into the weekend, and now starting a new week here in Castleton. Here's the 1-0. The 1-0 pitch upcoming to the number 8 batter in the Storm lineup. Fouled back. It's now 1-1. Similar weather conditions as it was yesterday. In terms of once we kind of work through the afternoon, temps going to be in the low 70s. Wind continues to blow from the south. Overcast skies. 1-1 pitch is hit down the right field line. This is going to spell trouble as Beckham fires, going to the second base. Do they get him? And standing up with a double. Good throw by Beckham, but just on the hop. Took a big one to Ebling there. So Kraft is able to get aboard with a double. Extra base hit here for Devils Lake, their first of the contest. And the Storm with another runner on to lead the inning off. Here, this is in inning number 2. Now to Tripke. Tripke saved the perfect game in the 7th inning against the Fargo Jets with Mason Palmer having a really nice, again, a performance in that game, but who he robbed in that one was Sam Chase in the top of the 7th inning. There's Tripke. Batting from the left-handed side, looking to bunt, breaking ball. That'll work outside for a ball. It's 1-0. One ball, no strikes to the right fielder, then back to the top of the lineup where Max Palmer stands. 3 runs across so far for the Storm, looking to make it 4 here in the second. The 1-0 from Joyce. Fastball bunted up the third base line. Peralt will glove it barehanded. Makes the play. Not in time. It's an infield single on the way for Tripke. On the bunt, runners will be at the corners. Now, a perfectly executed bunt by Tripke. You couldn't have done it any better on the play. Right down the line, and Peralt got there as quickly as he could, barehanded it, fired across, but now all of a sudden the Storm, as they did in the first, their first 2 runners aboard here in the second. Emeneth will hold the runner at first in Tripke. Runner at third is Kraft. Middle infield playing for a twin killing if they can get one as Max Palmer takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. Name of the game for the Storm, put runners on, pressure the defense. And it just gives Coach Carpenter, this Storm team, just a lot of different ways to score runs. And Stripke takes his leave off of first, stays there looking for a little bunt on a squeeze play, but taking the ball back. Makes it now 2-0 to Max Palmer. Not a straight suicide squeeze as Kraft was just trying to read the play. It's more of a safety squeeze if you can put that one in, and bunt it up the first baseline where Peralt playing even with the runner at third. The 2-0 taking for a strike. It's 2-1. Olsen and Mason Palmer due up here for Devil's Lake. 7 batters in the first inning for the Storm. It was Jack Joyce with the 2-1 pitch. Runners in a break. They're going to throw it down, and they got him. A one-hopper. Barnacle applies the tag. Caught stealing his Tripke. It'll be 3-1 to Max Palmer, but a large out here in inning number 2. 3 balls and 1 strike as Tripke's retired. Good throw by Chase. A one-hopper to Barnacle, who was able to apply the tag. There's the 3-1 pitch to Max. Max looking to bunt. Here comes a squeeze, and it's textbook. And then Palmer's going to reach base at first as well. He will stay put as he will go to first base here quickly. The squeeze was perfect. Couldn't have done it any better. Kraft will come in and score. Max Palmer will reach base on the infield squeeze. And now it's a 4-2 contest here for the Storm. Even with the good throw there with the corner infielders coming down, was not going to get Max Palmer with the speed. And speaking of speed, we'll see if he tries to get into scoring position. Paying him attention there, Emineth applies tag. Max able to get back. 3-1 count, able to put the bunt down. Here on the way for Max Palmer and bringing a run. As this will be called the strike on the breaking ball. Olsen, single with a run scored so far here today. Jack Joyce has gone an inning and a third the first time through the lineup. 3 runs, 4 hits until that squeeze by Palmer, and this will be a hit-and-run opportunity. A high hopper. Here comes Ebling. Ebling charges, backhanded by Emineth. Can't make the play. This one will come across the diamond, and it's another infield single here on the way for the Storm. Oh, they're pesky here in the second as Palmer was off and running on the pitch. He will take third. Olsen with this second hit of the contest, and runners are at the corners yet again. Well, they say in sports, speed kills. That's what the Storm are using right now. They lead it by 2, and if you're Joyce, you got to be going, what do I got to do to get an out? As that one was a high hopper again, just over the catcher or over the pitcher. And Ebling gave his best to try to make an out. Runners again at the corners. Runners in a break. Here's the bluff throw. Now they got him at third base, and he is dead to red. So the second base runner blunder here in the inning for the Storm. This one at third base by Max Palmer. Olsen does get into scoring position at second, but Chase so far behind the plate has thrown out Tripke at second, and he's thrown out Max Palmer at third. He bluffed the throw to second base, and then Max was enough off the line. The throw to Peralt applied the tag, and out number 2 here in inning number 2. The 1-0 will miss. It's now 2-0. Well, there's that catch-22 sometimes. You are maybe a little too aggressive where you might run yourself out of an inning, but this is what the Storm do. They put runners on. They put runners on the move, and they'll take it. They feel like they can get stolen bases as much as they can get caught, and it will even out in their favor throughout the course of a game, as this is now 3-0. So a double by Craftis came in to score so far here in the inning. Tripke got to first with a single, got caught stealing at second. Max Palmer with the squeeze play to bring in Easton Kraft. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Mason. We'll take for a strike. It's 3-1. Olsen with the single. Max was at third base, and they have the steal by Olsen as he was going to second base. And you got to see Chase throw up Max at third. 3 balls and a strike here from Joyce. 5-pitch walk. Mason Palmer is aboard. That'll be the second free pass of the game here for Joyce. Goes to Beck, and Beck has found himself in similar spots here for the Storm. With runners on, it's nice to be in a cleat-up role when you got a pair of the Palmers and Olsen who can find ways to get on base and provide some speed on the base pass. Taking for a strike, good pitch by Joyce, one of his better ones of the afternoon so far. It's 0-1. Game that started just after the 12 o'clock hour, nearing 40 minutes old so far. There's Joyce. Looks back the runner, the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll be high at the letters. It's now 1-1. Winner of this contest as the Haymakers, or winner-take-all State A Legion title, coming up later today here in Castleton. The 1-1, breaking ball hit on the ground. That'll go to Peralta at third. He will keep it, glove it, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, there does come a run across on 4 hits. There were no errors, and you did have 2 runners left on base. It's Devils Lake up by 2 as we play 2 here in Castleton.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Top of the third inning here on YourLiveEvent.com on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. Chase Miller with you from Valley Process Technologies Field, where Devils Lake, quite frankly, could have had a much larger inning after they had 1 run off of 4 hits. They left 2, but they do have a 2-run lead here against the Jets. Both offenses have been pesky so far, getting runners on against the opposition. Hard to line up 3, 4, and 5 batters here for the Jets. Finn Bergseth takes the ball. It's 1-0. Bergseth grounded out his last time up. The 1-0 pitch will be called a strike. It's 1-1. Pitch number 40 upcoming here for Rainsbury on the mound. As Emineth and Barnacle will join Finn here in the top of the third. First pitch swinging, on the swing here down the left field line on the third pitch. That'll go foul. Giving some good chase, though, was Heilman. As Heilman, we'll see this now at 1-2. So for Finn Bergseth, the DH, saw him so far on the mound. That was back on Friday as he was the counterpart to Mason Palmer's perfect game, and Finn did a nice job keeping the Jets in that contest. Left the game with an apparent shoulder injury, but able to continue to come back and DH throughout the rest of this tournament to this point. 1-2 pitch. Keeps it at 1-2. As 1 ball, 2 strike count is upcoming here for Rainsbury. He's looking for his second strikeout on the mound. 1-2, that'll be in the turf now, 2-2. 45 minutes from now, we'll get to our first State B contest up in Park River. Elimination game with Park River and Lemoore. Then 3:30 will be Thompson to follow to play in the championship of that elimination game. Thompson will have a game in hand. They'll have to be beaten twice. If it does go to game 2, it'll be on Tuesday afternoon at 1:30. Payoff pitch, 3-2, and Finn Berkseth wins the battle. That'll be the second walk here by Rainsbury, and the Jets get a leadoff runner aboard here in inning number 3. Eli Emineth with a walk. 4 pitches, his last time up in inning number 1. As Remick holding the runner at first base, Larson at second. Mason Palmer stands at shortstop with Max Palmer at third, and back behind the plate. We'll get to the outfield after the pitch here to Eli Emineth. Emineth will nearly wear it. It's a ball. It's 1-0. Heilman in left with Olson in center, and Tripke stands in right. Jets came in as the number 3 seed from the East. Devils Lake the number 1 seed from the East. The 1-0 pitch. When we call the strike, it's 1-1. And for the Haymakers, the East number 4 seed. They await the winner in the championship later this afternoon. Game 14 of 15 here at the state tournament. Here's the 1-1. Work inside. It's now 2-1 as Rainsbury try not to leave anything on the outer edge to let the extension of Emineth to try to see if Eli can maybe get his 4th extra base hit in the state tournament. Already 1 homer in the contest with Harper Schultz. Here's 2-1. This will be hit right back off the mound, up the middle and into center for a base hit. Eli Emineth able to get on the board here with a base hit. That'll be the 5th hit of the contest for the Jets. The Jets now have runners at first and second with nobody out here in inning number 3. Tate Barnacle, batter number 5 with an RBI single so far here. We'll see what the play is on for head coach Mike Boutain in this situation as Max Palmer, the third baseman, playing about even with the bag at third. First pitch swinging. This one is skied, popped. We'll see Remick giving chase, but this will be on top of the dugout, and another catch. Here by a nice young gentleman. We saw him do it once earlier today, and he'll do it again. Easier than playing Plinko as he get a ball off the dugout, earn a buck. He's done that twice. 1 ball and a strike here to Barnacle as Remick playing in on the bag at first. Looking to bunt. This one is bunted. A nice bunt at that. They'll have to throw it over to first, and covering there is Larson, as was nearly a collision. Rainsbury to Larson. Sacrifice bunt by Barnacle will move the runners into scoring position, and there's 1 down. Bergseth to third. Emineth goes to second. Now it's to Andrew Peralt. Peralt struck out looking his last time up. Corner infielders will play even with the bag. If Peralt can get past the pitcher, even on the ground, it looks like it could score a run as this would go foul. It's 0-1. Andrew coming out swinging here the second time against Rainsbury. As Brody rocks and delivers. The 0-1 outside, now 1-1. Rainsbury takes a look and a peek at the runner at third. 1-1 pitch. Foul tipped off into the glove here of Beck. It's now 1-2. One strikeout of the game for Rainsbury came by Peralt looking in the first. Here's the 0-1, or the 1-2, excuse me. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 2-2. For the Jets, game number 42 on the season. For Devils Lake, this is game number 41 for the Storm. The 2-2. Peralt stays alive and make it 2-2 here for Andrew. In situations like this, with how the Storm have been swinging and putting runners on base, you can ill afford to come up empty here if you're the Jets. As this will be a grounder that'll go to Max Palmer. They'll come home, and he will be out at home plate. Nice play by Max. Peralt put the ball in play. Bergseth is retired. 5-2 on the putout, and reaching base will be a fielder's choice by Peralt. Now it goes to Harper Schultz. Harper Schultz, we've already seen a home run here today to right center field. Emineth makes his way to third. And we'll have a meeting on the mound as coming out here for the Devils Lake Storm, Brent Luring telling everybody just to stay back. That just is between of the battery here of Beck and alongside with Rainsbury. Talking over saying, hey, remember what happened in inning number 2. Make sure we don't leave it in that location again for Schultz to extend and try to put one to the warning track. Quick little meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. Just as quick to call 428-3121. That's 428-3121. So getting in touch with Kindred Storage. So, how aggressive will Rainsbury be here with 2 down in inning number 3? Off speed on the outer part of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Fifth batter here in the inning for the Jets. Scored a run in the first, a run in the second. Trying to add to that here in inning number 3. 0-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. Schultz will see this bobble by Mason Palmer. Recollects himself, not in time. And now there's no one covering third base. So the lead runner will get the extra 90 feet. There was never a time call. As you'll see, Peralt go from second to third, and reaching base here will be Harper Schultz. Mason Palmer bobbled it to try to go the short way to the second baseman Palmer. Recollected himself and threw a bullet over to Remick, but Schultz was hustling. That'll be an E on the play, an error here by the shortstop, and the Jets still have life here in the top of the third inning. And in doing so, they have scored a run as well to make it 4-3 as that's to be called a strike. So coming in will be Eli Emineth for his first run of the contest. Peralt stands at third, Harper Schultz stands at first, and the Jets have cut into that deficit once more. Hopper up the third base line. That'll go foul. It's going to be 0-2 here on the way to Beckham. For Jeremiah here with a single his last time up in inning number 2 following the solo homer by Harper Schultz. As Mason had the exchange when he was going to give it to the throw to Larson at second, that's when the ball came out of his glove, out of his hand, and he still did a whale of a job to recover and throw a missile over to the first baseman Remick. The 0-2, I'll miss for a ball. It's now 1-2. For the Storm in the bottom half of the third inning, Rainsbury, Remick, and Heilman, 5, 6, and 7 batters due up in the bottom half of the third. Here's the 1-2. Hit in the air, popped, and that'll go foul. 7 runs, 11 hits so far combined. We've seen both teams leave 3 runners aboard. Here's Rainsbury with the 1-2 again. Runners in a break, and this will be fouled off, and we'll keep it at 1-2. One of those situations by Harper Schultz as he was off and going. As the Jets are looking to tie this game up at 4 apiece, and what would be our first tie of the contest. The Jets took 1 run early in inning number 1. And fell behind as this will be hit right back off the kneecap as this will go to the first baseman and not going to be in time. Jeremiah Beckham with an infield single on the play. Coming in to score will be Peralt from third base. As you'll see, Schultz now at second. And we're knotted at 4 apiece. Tough play by Rainsbury. Just a one hopper right back at him. Now it's a tie ball game. First tie of the contest here between these two teams, and a winner take all to head to the championship. That's a work outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Evan Felber with the sacrifice bunt his last time up, then back to the top of the lineup with the catcher Sam Chase due up next. 2 runs across so far in the third. Popped up into the center field vicinity of Olsen, and Olsen will catch it to retire the side. But 2 runs do come across on a pair of singles. There were no make that one error and 2 runners left on base. We played 2.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Jets 4, Devils Lake 4, with the Storm coming back up to the plate here in the 3rd.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
As we get to an in-game update brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber, where earlier this morning the Fargo Jets able to hold on for a 5-3 win over Castleton. Sam Chase was really good in relief. 3 innings of work, gave up just 1 hit, a walk in the contest as well in 3 innings. Player of record to make note of, both Felber and Ebling with 2 runs driven in for the Jets in their 5-3 win over the Haymakers. That's an in-game update brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. Call 701-347-4471. That's 701-347-4471 to get in touch with Ross and the crew at Castleton Lumber. It'll be called a strike. Bottom of the 3rd. Rainsbury with a 2 RBI single his last time up to give Devils Lake a 2-1 lead at that time. As this would be hit up in the air, Emineth in foul territory at first. Will make the catch. And there's 1 down. As you'll see it now to Hunter Remick. Remick with a line drive out to Beckham and right center field in inning number 1. So Joyce comes on to have 1 pitch and 1 down. Pitch number 44 here for Joyce. As this will be laced and right back up the middle. That's a base hit. Remick will round first as Felber able to retrieve it and get it in quickly. It's a 1-out single. The Storm with a runner on in all 3 innings. The Storm are hoping to keep their trend, which is at least getting 1 run in every inning. They've scored 3 runs in the first, a run in the second. And sometimes you get to situations like this at a state tournament, you probably don't necessarily have your number 1 or number 2 horses still left. It's guys who can still pitch quality innings, but maybe a little less zip, maybe a little less break on a particular ball from what you might see on your number 1 or number 2. 1-0 pitch upcoming here to Will Heilman. So in those situations, might need to rely on your defense to make the plays behind you. And the old pitch to contact, find the zone. See if you can get a couple of guys to roll over on a couple and have their infield and outfield make plays. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hitters count to Heilman. Heilman taking for a strike. It's 2-1 as the sun trying to make its way through the clouds on this Monday afternoon. There's Remick. This will be swing and a miss on a breaking ball. It's going to be 2-2. And from there, Easton Kraft due up next, followed by Tripke. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down here. Joyce, the pitch. Foul tipped. Did he hang on? No, he did not. That one off the glove of Chase. It's a foul ball. That's Heilman. Hit one down the left field line foul. Gave it a good ride before he grounded out to Barnacle to end the first. Here's 2-2. This one will be a strikeout. Joyce with his first punch out of the afternoon. And there's 2 down. Now coming up here will be Easton Kraft. Kraft with a double and a run scored, led off the second with a double. And later came in on the squeeze by Max Palmer. Also be called a strike. It's 0-1. As Remick takes his lead off of first. As they will throw over back to first. Sliding in safely. Joyce from the stretch. This would be hit to center field, tailing away from Felber, but Felber can't make the play. This one rolls all the way to the wall. Rounding third here is Remick. He's going to be hard charging to try to get home. The relay's not going to be there. It's an RBI double here for Devils Lake and Easton Kraft, his second extra base hit of the game. It's 5-4 Storm. As if Felber's throw could have maybe hit the first relay man in Barnacle, you maybe would have had a play at home, but once it didn't, it bounced to Ebling. And with 2 outs, Remick was able to come in and score. The 5th run of the game here for Devils Lake, and Easton Kraft has spun his fingerprints all over this contest right now with his second extra base hit. First run driven in with a run score so far as well. 2 down. It's Coach Carpenter having some words alongside with Coach Lorraine here for the Storm with our umpiring crew. And now it's going to be to Tripke. The pitch. I'll miss for a ball as it's going to be 1-0. Tripke with a single. That was last time up, then was caught stealing at second base for out number 1 of the second. So Storm regained the advantage here at 5-4. Here's Joyce as the 1-0. Will be called a strike. It's 1-1. Today could potentially be the final day of the Legion Baseball in North Dakota, both for A and both for B. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit, soft little line, that'll go to Ebling. Ebling is there, fires across in time for the putout to retire the side here in inning number 3. So 6-3 on the putout, a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We have played 3 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Devils Lake up by a run.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
Top of the 4th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Devils Lake 5, the Fargo Jets 4. Here in this one as we got a quick little meeting here for the Devils Lake Storm as Tripke looks like he will be coming on, as he will. So Tripke will be coming on here for Devils Lake, which means we'll have a new right fielder. Number 15 out in right field will be Rainsbury, so it looks just like a straight switch. So Rainsbury will make his way to right field. Tripke will go to the mound. Rainsbury will finish with 3 innings of work, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. As now it goes to Tripke. As Tripke will be taking the mound here for the Storm. Came on and closed the game yesterday against Kindred. 1 inning of work, 7 pitches. Here for Tripke, had a strikeout, gave up a hit, then the double play by Belaski to the second baseman Larson, who tallied up the runner at first in Baumgarten to finish the game. So Tripke with His second appearance here at the state tournament will come on. This pitching change brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. Call 428-3121. That's 428-3121 for units on the north side of Kindred. Heilman still in left with Olson in center. Back behind the plate, Remick at first, Larson at second, Mason and Max Palmer at short and third base, respectively. This coming up to the plate will be Chase. Top of the lineup. 1, 2, and 3 batters. Third time through here for the Jets. And Chase will take a ball on the inside part of the plate. It's going to be 1-0. So just get a little bit different feel here to throw against this Jets lineup, as this would be popped up in the air. Who's going to get it? Remick and Tripke, and Remick will call for it. There's one down here in the top of the fourth inning. Goes to Colby Ebling. 1 of 2 with a run scored and an extra base hit here for the Jets. Also just a different look, not just from a right-handed, but now you go to a left-handed pitcher as Tripke fires. This will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. I feel like he got a couple extra arms to give late in the tournament. This can be an advantage. Yeah, someone just to go out there, get 2-3 innings, show a different part of your pitching rotation to a staff, especially in terms of how the Jets have been able to hit so far. They've gotten 6 hits in the game, as this will hit in the air to right center field and make it hit number 7. This one will hop all the way to the wall. Rounding first on his way to second is Ebling. Here comes a relay by Olson, and Ebling gets his second double of the game. So the Jets with a tying run aboard here in the fourth with Finn Bergseth, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. And Beck will talk it over with Tripke just to make sure they got the signs situated with a runner in scoring position for the first time in his relief appearance. Ball jumping a little bit out of the here in this one. As you're able to get that base hit. As we see it now with Finn Bergseth. Bergseth with the pitch. Or excuse me, Tripke with the pitch to Bergseth. Will miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Tripke looks back the runner. Deliver a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 down here in inning number 4. As we'll see it here. That'll miss in the turret. Fits 2-1. Taking his lead off of second base is Ebling. There's Tripke trying to get Bergseth out in some capacity without moving up the runner, but now on the verge of possibly giving Bergseth his second walk of the game. State A Legion tournament here from Valley Process Technologies Field, VPT. 3-1 pitch. It's going to be a 5-pitch walk for Finn, and he will get his second free pass of the game. The first by Tripke here in relief, and the Jets now with the go-ahead run on first base. As it goes to Eli Emeneth. A single with a run scored and a walk here for Eli so far in this game. And as we alluded to earlier, he just finds ways to come up with runners aboard here for the Jets in this tournament. Tripke will see this one. Blocked by Beckett's 1-0. Pop out by Chase, a double by Ebling, a walk by Bergseth. And what does Emeneth have in store? Well, for the Storm, it'll be the top third of their lineup with Mason, Max Palmer, Olson, and Mason Palmer due up in the bottom half of the inning. So work outside for a ball. It's 2-0. As the Haymakers just patiently await for the conclusion of this one and get to their championship game. A winner-take-all matchup later today here in Castleton. 2-0. Work inside for a ball. It's 3-0. There's Tripke looking to find the zone here against Emeneth. 3-0 pitch. It's a 4-pitch walk. Bases are full here for the Jets. Ebling to third, Bergseth to second. As Eli Emeneth makes his way to first base. And the Storm looks like we'll get a quick meeting on the mound for Jeff Carpenter, as well as the Storm are going to get 1 or 2 warmed up in the bullpen as Ben Brodina makes his way out. So Brodina's going to start warming up in the pen here for the Storm. So this is number one for Tripke, just to come out, allow him to catch his breath, relax, talk about where you want to go defensively with where the ball could be hit, but also gives Brodina a little bit extra time to hustle down the first base line here and start warming up in the bullpen. So Rainsbury, 3 innings of work of 6 hits. And all of a sudden the Jets now have put runners on with a double and a pair of walks here to load them up in inning number 4. Barnacle, a sacrifice bunt, a single and a run scored so far today. He takes a strike, it's 0-1. There's Tripke, winds and delivers. 0-1 pitch, caught the plate, now make it 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Hit in the air, soft little line drive. They get 1, a chance for 2, not in time. Larson, though, makes the play. Soft little line drive out to the second baseman, a large second out as it goes now to Andrew Peralt. Reach base back in the 3rd inning with a run scored here today for Peralt. Part of 4 runs across so far for the Jets, but they're looking for run 5 and run 6 as Peralt takes a strike, gets 0-1. And after the meeting on the mound by Coach Carpenter, it's been 4 consecutive pitchers that have found the zone here for Tripke. Here's the 0-1. This will jam him underneath the glove of Tripke to the second baseman. Oh, it takes a hop off the base. 1 run comes in. They're trying to get the trail runner here with Finn Bergseth. He will come in and score. It's an RBI, 2 RBI single here for the Jets as they lead it 6-5. So Ebling comes in to score. Finn Bergseth comes in to score. Emnith will take second base. It hit the base right on the screws and hopped away from Larson. And the Jets now have a 6-5 lead. So Peralt will get 2 runs driven in as Tripke will be called for a balk. Runners in scoring position, and the Jets looking to add on to already a 2-run inning. So Ebling and Bergseth are in. Emnith goes to third base, and Peralt goes down to second. Harper Schultz swinging a miss. It's 0-1. Well, if you're Tripke, you did about everything right you could against Peralt. Good pitch. Just went underneath your glove and then rolled off second base as Tripke quickly on that pitch gets strike number 2 on the swing and miss. Schultz has reached base twice, a home run, solo shot, and reach base on an error. Here's the 0-2 offering. Schultz hits one in the air. That's to left center field, and that's going to score 2. 1 run comes in. Peralt will come and score. Schultz making his way to second base. It's a 4-run 4th inning so far for the Jets. 8-5, and Schultz gets his 2nd and 3rd run driven in. Emnith comes in to score his 2nd run. The same for Peralt here. And the hits just keep on coming like the best of 80s soundtrack. It's 8-5 here for Fargo. Jeremiah Beckham, speaking of hitting, has hit twice today with 2 singles. Well, the run scored as well. Question is 8 going to be enough today with how these 2 teams are swinging the stick? The 1-0 will be called the strike. It's 1-1. 8th batter of the inning so far for the Jets as Brodina finishes his warm-up. Going to be making his way back to the dugout here. It's now 1-2. Again, the pitch to Peralt. Tripke did everything right, just went underneath his glove, then hit the base. Here's the 1-2 offering. This will be hit right back up the middle, similar spot. This one just misses the bag, but underneath the glove of Palmer, and it'll be an infield single on the way for Beckham. That is the definition of a C&I single on that one, as it went underneath one glove, missed the second base, goes underneath the shortstop. Runners at the corners. as you'll see it now for the Jets. They have just found ways to get aboard here. 10 hits so far for the Jets in the contest. Tripke looks back the runner. Delivers a strike. It's 0-1 to Felber. Felber 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice bunt. There's been 4 hits in the inning, 4 runs across here for the Jets. Schultz at third, Beckham at first. This one's going to be blocked by Beck. It's 1-1. One thing, if you're a Haymaker fan out there, you're saying, hey, we'll play a 12-10 game. Open up some arms and some guys that possibly for both coaching staffs might not be in that championship because you got to get there first through this contest. This will be called a strike. It's now 1-2. First time the Jets have sent 9 batters to the plate here in this game. A little bit different from what we saw the first time where the Jets and Storm played a 6-0 game for Devil's Lake. The 1-2 hit on a line, and this one underneath the glove of Larson. Another run comes in to score. It's a 9-5 contest and a 5-run inning here for the Jets. Felber with the run driven in. Schultz comes in to score his second run of the game. Beckham will stand at second base as you bring now up Sam Chase. Chase is the only batter so far for the Jets to have yet to reach, and this might be it here for Tripke on the mound. As Brodina comes on, we'll let you know about it next in the defensive changes. When we come back, it's a Kindred Storing pitching change. Kindred Storage at 428-3121 here on YourLiveVent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
As well, make a quick pitching change and also defensive change. Brodina will come into the game and play third. Max Palmer will make his way from third base to home plate, and Tripke comes out of the game. Tripke, 30 pitches of 2/3 of an inning worked, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and he's on the hook for the runners at first and second right now as it goes to Sam Chase. Chase trying to get aboard here for the Jets. It's now going to be 1-0. Beckham at second base, Felber at first. What's been already a 5-run inning here for Fargo. 1-0 pitch. Work outside now, 2-0. 10th batter of the inning here for Fargo. A 2-0 offering for Max Palmer. I'll throw a strike. It's 2-1. Palmer came in on Saturday in the loss to the Haymakers through 6 pitches. Here's the 2-1. This will be foul back. It's now 2-2. Yesterday for Devil's Lake, just Heilman and Tripke, the lone 2 pitchers they needed in 7 innings of work against Kindred. But right now, A combined 19 hits between these two teams in 3.5 innings. 2-2 breaking ball off the zone. It's now 3-2. Colby Ebling due up next. If Sam Chase can touch first base and get aboard, the 3-2 pitch fouled again. That one through the netting as it just was off the right side. Towards the grandstands here in Castleton. If you like a fan of hitting, this is the game for you. Like runners on, like runners moving, as they will be doing here. The 3-2 pitch hit right back, and Palmer makes the catch. Max able to field his position on a line drive out to retire the Jets here in inning number 4. But the Jets do put 5 runs across as they had 5 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. As we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning, we have a new score. The Jets lead it by 4.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Bottom of the 4th inning here on yourliveevent.com. So far, 14 runs, 19 hits combined in this contest. Max Palmer coming up 3rd time through the lineup for the Storm. He'll take a strike. It's 1-1. Palmer has reached base twice in a walk and a single with a run scored and a nice squeeze play to drive in a run in the 2nd. The 0-1 nearly clipped him. It's now 1-1. Well, just how Devil's Lake's been hitting the ball, too. You just kind of wonder, is 7, 8, 9, runs enough here when it comes from the Jets' perspective? And on the opposite side, if you're the Storm, if you can somehow, keep Fargo at bay for an inning or two, can 10, 11 runs be enough? If you can put something together, just a matter of which pitcher can maybe have a tidy inning could be the difference, as there's a batter out on a fly out to center field to Felber here with Max Palmer. As Jack Joyce has thrown 59 pitches so far here for the Jets, 1 down in the 4th. Olsen has reached base twice. A run scored in the 1st. This will be a strike. It's 0-1. Devils Lake 3 runs in the 1st, a run in the 2nd, and a run in inning number 3 as well. That'll be called strike number 2. So Joyce finding the strike zone early here in inning number 4 against Palmer and Olsen. There's the 0-2 pitch. Missed low for a ball. It's 1-2. So far for Joyce, 3 innings of work, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-2 offering. Not going. Fastball up in the zone. It's 2-2. Still overcast sky, but starting to see it lighten up just a little bit from what it was earlier this morning. There's the 2-2. Nearly strike 3, but now Olsen works the count full here to 3-2. So Faustin doing a good job falling behind. Laying off 1 or 2 pitches, taking one close there. Payoff pitch upcoming from Joyce. Hit on the ground, a chopper that goes to Ebling. Ebling fires across the diamond. Emeneth keeps his foot on the bag, and there's 2 down. There's Joyce, for the first time today, has retired 3 consecutive batters here for the Storm as it goes to Mason Palmer. Palmer with a fly out back in inning number 1 in foul territory down the left field line of Schultz. And he had a 5-pitch walk his last at-bat in the second. He will take a strike. It's 0-1. As the Jets are up by 4 runs here in the 4th, but still a lot of baseball to be had. The 0-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's 1-1. And to come here in just a few short minutes with Greg Grenz and also Brady Siebels in Park River. And it'll be Day 4 of the State B tournament. Park River going up against Lemoore in an elimination contest with the winner to play Thompson in the championship. 2 balls and 1 strike as Lemoore and Park River scheduled here at the bottom of the hour for the first pitch. 2-1 offering. I'll be called a strike now, 2-2. Not to announcers jinx it, but we have yet to add a 3-up, 3-down inning. Joyce is trying to do so here. That'll miss for a ball, now 3-2. Back-to-back counts here that Devils Lake batter has worked the count full. Olsen retired by Ebling at short. What does Mason Palmer have in store here against Joyce with the payoff pitch? 3-2, a high grounder. This one goes to Peralt. Peralt has to quickly go across the diamond in time. And there's your first 3-up, 3-down inning here in the contest. We played 4 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's still a 4-run deficit here for Devils Lake as the Jets are coming up to the plate.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day 1. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
As we have it, top of the 5th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It is a 9-5 lead for the Jets. Max Palmer coming on here. Third of an inning of work so far here for Max. As it will be Ebling, Bergseth, and Emeneth due up here in inning number 5. Colby with 2 doubles so far here in this contest. Here's the 0-1. I'll miss for a ball as it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. And then after the conclusion of this game, we'll get to the championship where the haymakers await. After the conclusion of that, we will get to our tournament MVP, that and more. The awards presentation on the field for the first and second place team with the hardware and the plaques. And a bit of due here from Castleton for the State A Legion tournament. The 1-2, I'll miss for a ball. It's now 2-2. Finn Bergseth, Emeneth, they've all had a really nice game so far in their respective spots in the lineup. The 2-2 pitch, that'll miss. It's 3-2. As Colby has reached base twice, Finn's reached base twice, Eli's reached base all 3 times. The 3-2 pitch popped in the air down the right field line. Rainsbury giving chase and just unable to come up with it. As that was hit down the right field line. Long run for Rainsbury as well. As we'll see it now, back to Colby. Kobe, our player of the game in the last contest. Here for the Jets, just so far here today with 3 extra base hits combined in the 2 games, all of them doubles. 3-2 will be a walk. And Kobe's going to get a board for the first free pass here for Max Palmer on the mound. Going to run around here for the Jets. That just scored in every inning so far, and this would be the 3rd time that they've had a leadoff man aboard. As now it goes to Finn Bergseth. Bergseth has reached the last 2 times with a pair of walks and a run scored. That was in inning number 4. Walked in the 3rd, then grounded out to the second baseman Larson in the 1st. Also be called the strike. It's 0-1. Jets led early after a half of an inning by a run. Devils Lake scored 3 runs then in the 1st. Devils Lake both scored a run in the 2nd to make it 4-2. Those 2 tied it at 4 apiece. Devils Lake answered with a run to make it 5-4, and then the last 5 runs in inning number 4 all scored by the Jets, and that's where we stand at 9-5 in favor of Fargo, as this one is bunted foul. It's 0-2. Take a look at Remick holding on the runner. Here in Ebling at at first base. Scobie takes his lead towards second. This will be fouled off, and we'll keep it at no balls and 2 strikes. So after today, pretty much wraps up summer here at the State A Legion Tournament. B will be wrapped up today or tomorrow, and then we'll get to the Central Plains here later this week over at Starion Field. The 0-2 just out of the zone. It's 1-2. And for others, find your ways to maybe a Cal Ripken World Series. Maybe find your way. Well, Team Fargo and trying to make their way to Williamsport when it comes to Babe Ruth. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. Chance for a throw him out. Nope. I was going into second base. Here will be Ebling. So, Vin Bergseth is retired on the strikeout. That'll be the 2nd strikeout of the game for Devils Lake as a pitching staff. And we see it here with 1 down. As we'll see it here now with Eli Emineth. As Emineth has reached base twice, 2 walks, a single with 2 runs scored. He's looking to drive in his first run of the game, but still very productive in the cleanup spot here for the Fargo Jets. We'll take a fastball at the letters. That'll miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Story of the game has been the bottom third of the lineup here for the Jets. Between Perrault, Schultz, Beckham, and Felber, they have driven in 7 runs so far here for Fargo. This will be called the strike. It's 1-1. Schultz leading that party with 3 runs driven in on 2 extra base hits, a home run, and a double. The 1-1 makes it 2-1 as Emineth able to lay off that breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. Here's the 2-1 offering from Palmer. Fastball up, now 3-1. Labeling drew a walk. He stands over at second base on that stolen attempt. Max. This one will be another walk in the inning. Emineth will take his 3rd walk of the game. He'll stand at first base. Tate Barnacle's been productive here for the Jets. A single RBI 1 at that to plate the first run of the game back in inning number 1. A sacrifice bunt and a soft little line drive out to Larson at second. His last time up in the 4th, he takes strike number 1. A walk, a strikeout, and a walk. Nothing been put yet in play here in the inning. It'll be 1-1. Game that's just over an hour and a half old here today in Castleton. The 1-1 pitch. Hit on a line. This one hop backhanded there by Larson. They get 1. A chance for 2 on the twin killing. 4-6-3 to end the side. Nice play, Larson to Palmer to Remick. And the Storm able to get out of the jam here in inning number 5. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We have played 4.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's still a 4-run lead for Fargo as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we get to our Castleton Lumber, not bingo card, but in-game update here on YourLiveEvent.com. If you want to bring the lumber, we'll head on to the ballpark as it's been so far 19 hits, 14 runs. These two teams have definitely brought the lumber to the yard here today. Castleton Lumber in-game update. 9 runs, 11 hits so far for the Fargo Jets. They've left 8 runners on, and they committed no errors well for Devil's Lake. 5 runs on 8 hits. They have committed 1 error, and they've left 4 runners on so far. Excuse me, a little check swing that'll go up to the first baseman there as Emineth will play at 3 unassisted as Beck is retired on 1 pitch, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. That's our in-game update brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. And the first game between Park River and alongside Lemoore, an elimination game just getting underway, also on YourLiveEvent.com. As for Joyce, gets a nice tidy out. This will be hit on the ground. Oh, it hops off Peralt. Ebling is there, and he just can't do anything with it. Base runner board here in Rainsbury in inning number 5. As that one just kind of came in off the inner part of the wrist there of Peralt. I'll give it an E5 on the play. Runner on here for the Storm. 5 straight retired by Joyce until that particular play, as this will be a strike. It's 0-1. Sometimes it takes maybe an inning or 2 to find your rhythm, and once you do as a pitcher, kind of calm down, find the zone, and that's what Joyce has been able to do since the 3rd inning, where he gave up 1 run across, but kind of found his rhythm a little bit. 3 up, 3 down, 4th, and now what is he going to do here against Remick? Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Remick 1 of 2 today with a run scored back in the 3rd, a line drive out that went to Beckham in right center field back in the 1st. The 1-1. A work for a ball. It's now 2-1. Devil's Lake had grade A chances in that 2nd inning. They had 2 runners caught stealing, 1 at 2nd, and then 1 was picked off at 3rd. As this will work inside for a ball, 3-1. That time could possibly be a play of the contest by Chase behind the plate. When Joyce was unable to find outs, he was able to get 2 of them for his pitcher, and in doing so, minimize damage in that inning just to 1 run. The 3-1, that'll work for a ball. Rainsbury will take 2nd. Remick will take 1st on the 5-pitch walk, and Storm are starting to threaten here in inning number 5. First walk for Joyce since the 2nd inning. And we'll see Mike Boutain coming out here. See if he makes a pitching change or it's just a matter of a quick meeting on the mound, and it will be a pitching change. We'll let you know about it next as Beckham looks to come in. This could be just a straight switch, but we'll let you know about it next officially when we return here to Castleton.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
As we come back here, it will be a straight switch. So the right fielder in Beckham will come on and pitch. Joyce will make his way to right field. Jack Joyce, 78 pitches, 4 1/3 with 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Beckham last pitch on Saturday here for the Jets. 11 pitches here so far in the tournament. As he will go up against Heilman. Runner at second base is Rainsbury. Remick stands at first. So for Beckham here, he'll go up against Heilman, Kraft, and then Tripke before it goes back to the top of the lineup. Scheduled batters again due up here for Devils Lake. Devils Lake threatening here in the 5th inning as it currently stands right now down to their final 8 outs of the game. Still a lot of baseball left to be had in this particular one where just from the jump you felt like it was going to be a high-scoring affair, with 4 runs combined in that first inning. And we'll see it to Will Heilman. Heilman has came up clutch when the Storm needed it so far here in this tournament, where it's been on the mound or possibly here at the plate. As the Jets have their first baseman in Emineth, taking any potential bunt away by Heilman if he thinks about it. Breaking ball delivered for a strike. It's 0-1. So for Beckham, righty-righty matchup to begin things off here in the contest. And we'll see the 0-1 pitch. This will be hit foul. It's now 0-2. State A-Legion Baseball Tournament began on Thursday here in Castleton. Winding our way here to the final day on this afternoon. In pleasant weather until about midway through the game 2 yesterday. Well, things considered, can't complain too much. The 0-2 pitch is hit in the air. That'll be right on the line to Felber. The out number 2 here of the 5th. Heilman barreled it up just right to a fielder, as you'll see now, Easton Kraft. Easton Kraft has been a doubles machine so far. 2 times up, 2 doubles, a run scored, and a run driven in the number 8 spot of the lineup here for the Storm. They would love another double here by Kraft to play a run, maybe 2 here in the 5th. Kraft takes a breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way. And stepping off, Ronigan is a runner at first base here with Lincoln. So Ronigan at first with Rainsbury at second base. The 0-1. A work outside for a ball. That's 1-1. And then from there, we'll have Brodina on the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball on the inner part, called a strike. Gets 1-2. So Beckham on the verge of leaving runners at first and second right now against Easton Kraft. As Beckham has the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air. It'll be down the right field line. Emineth and Joyce giving chase. Emineth will make the play right on the line. They'll say it's in foul territory. Regardless, it's out number 3 here of the 5th. There were no runs, no hits on 1 error with 2 runners left on base. We have played 5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard as the head of the 6th. Fargo Jets lead it by 4.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Broadcasting today from the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency broadcast booth. From banking to insurance, like Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Handle your requests. For more info, go online to kindredstatebank.com. And again, it's kindredstatebank.com. Max Palmer with the 0-1 to Peralt. Hits one down the first base line, but that'll be slicing foul. Now makes it 0-2. One thing with Max, once he gets that first strike, he is ready to throw it again and trying to see if he can get strike number 2 early in the count. Peralt, his last time up, Sinai single that went right off of second base, took a little ricochet into right, drove in 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now 1-2. So far today, 1 of 3 with a couple of runs scored as well here for Andrew. 9 runs across here for the Jets. The pitch. 1-2, Peralt hits one. This will be a hop towards Larson. Able to make the play up first. 4-3 on the putout, and there's one down here in the 6th. Now it goes to Harper Schultz. Schultz with 2 extra base hits in the game, a double, a homer. He's drove in 3 with 2 runs scored. So missing at the hands, it's 1-0. Reach base also in the 6th on an error by Mason Palmer at short. There's the 1-0. That was back in inning number 3, excuse me. There's a big swing by Schultz. It's 1-1. As Schultz digs back in here against Max Palmer. 1-1 pitch, hit in the air. This will go to center. Coming in and has time is Olsen on the flyout. There's 2 down here in the top half of the frame. Now goes to Beckham. Beckham 3 times up with 3 singles in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. Also with a run driven in here today as well. Got really good production in that bottom half of the lineup, as we talked about earlier, here for head coach Mike Boutain, which could also easily be a Agassiz Precision Ag play the contest, having production in the bottom half on the lineup. But speaking of production, that's the first 3 up, 3 down inning here for a Storm pitcher against the Jets. As we make our way now to the bottom of the 6th, it's still a 9-5 lead.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Miners, still stay tuned. We'll get to our Castleton Lumber post-game show, and then we'll get you ready for the championship that'll feature the winner of this game against the Haymakers in a winner-take-all contest. It's looking a little bit more after the 2 o'clock, 2:30, maybe 2:45 hour, depending on how these last inning and a half goes here in this one. As it goes to Brodina, Brodina will be hitting the spot of Tripke. So far for Ben here at this state tournament. Been up to the plate a few times, does have a base hit. As we'll see, Beckham reset. 9-1-2 here for the Storm. Also miss for a ball. It's 1-0. For the Storm, they want to see Max Palmer up 2 times before this one is done. If that's the case, put some runners on the base pass here and see if he can bring some runs across the board, as this is a strike. If you're a Fargo Jets fan, you don't want to hear the name Palmer, Olsen, and Palmer more than one time moving forward here at the plate here for the Storm. The 1-1. Jammed him inside foul. It's 1-2. Also coming up on our Castleton Lumber post-game show, we'll get to our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, that and more. Here's the 1-2. Work outside for a ball at 2-2. First at bat here for Brodina in the contest. As Beckham winds and delivers. 2-2, that'll hop towards the catcher Chase. It's now 3-2. As the Storm looking for base runners here in inning number 6, and this will be a leadoff walk. First leadoff base runner of the game for the Storm since inning number 2, as Brodina will stand at first base. Now it goes to Max Palmer. Palmer, 1 of 2 so far in the game, has reached base twice on a little squeeze bunt. Walk with a run scored as well in inning number 1. Brodina takes his leave off of first. Emineth holding him on. This will be called a strike. Gets 0-1. As Brodina takes the leave off of first base again. Beckham comes home. This will be hit in the air. Will it be far enough? It gets by the right fielder, Joyce, as he went to go glove it. Rounding second on his way to third is going to be Brodina, as here's the throw. Brodina will slide into third base. So Brodina goes from first to third. Max Palmer gets to second. Joyce was there. They're going to call it an error on the right fielder. So an E9 will allow the runners to get to second and third. And the Storm are threatening here, as we have a courtesy runner into the game with coming in here will be, Max Palmer still there, just taking the gloves and giving them to his first base coach. So Max Palmer goes to second as Brodina to third. Olsen at the plate, first pitch swinging, hits one on the ground. This goes to Barnacle. The Storm will score a run, but they'll trade an out. However, they do cut into that deficit, as it's now 9-6. So Olsen drives in the run. Brodina comes in to score. Max Palmer goes to third base. Olsen 4-3 on the putout as it goes to Mason Palmer. Palmer will take a ball. It's 1-0. Corner infielders playing even with the bag. And if Mason Palmer can do what Olsen just did a moment ago, he'll drive in another run in the inning. If he can at least do that, as this is called the strike, gets 1-1. 1-1 pitch on the way to Mason. As Beckham sees this, Palmer hits one in the air to right. Joyce is going to the warning track, and that'll go over his head. Palmer rounds first on his way to second. He will be up with a stand-up double, and the Storm are back within 2. Nine to 7. As a tying run will come up to the plate. A double here for Mason Palmer. His first hit of the ball game comes at a clutch time as Max Palmer comes in to score his second run. And now it's to Beck. Nine hits so far here for the Storm. They would like to make it number 10 here and possibly tie or at least get back within 1. Breaking ball across, it's 0-1. Fifth batter to the plate so far in the inning here for the Storm. Beckham looks back the runner. A work outside for a ball. It's 1-1. So Beckham came in relief of Joyce in the 5th. Got a fly out of Heilman, a pop out of Kraft, but here in the 6th, 3 batters so far have been able to reach base. Beck trying to make it 4 here with the 1-1 pitch. Foul it off. It's now 1-2. Storm are threatening. Trying to have a little bit more of a bigger crooked number up on that scoreboard. They put 3 runs across their most in 1 inning here against the Jets today. It was back in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 3rd. The 1-2. Foul. And we'll do it again. And right now, how big are those 2 outs in the second base by Chase? Throwing a runner out at second, then getting Max Palmer out at 3rd as well. As Mason Palmer takes his leave off a second, Barnacle keeping him close. The 1-2. Work out of the zone at 2-2. As Rainsbury due up next here for the Storm. 2-2 on the way from Beckham. Got him up, popped up. Does Chase have enough room? And he will just run out of room at the fence line here towards the dugout. We'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right when it went up, you could kind of hear the crowd ooh and ah a little bit and seeing if Chase could have enough real estate to get there. Give a good hustle, just going to get there quick enough as we'll see it now 2-2. Runner at second again is Palmer after that RBI double, his first hit of the contest, his second time he's able to reach base to cut this deficit to 2. The 2-2 pitch popped him again, this time in play. Barnacle and Joyce. Barnacle, the second baseman, will make the catch. And there's 2 down. And it's coming up will be Brody Rainsbury. For the Fargo Jets in inning number 7, it'll be 9, 1, and 2 batters with Felber, Chase, and Ebling due up here for Fargo. A game that's working on the 2-hour mark here on this Monday afternoon. As Beckham sees this, it'll go off the glove of Chase, and Chase will just have to eat it from there. So Palmer gets an extra 90 feet, and it'll be 1-0 to Brody. There's the 1-0 offering upcoming here to the number 5 batter. A work for a ball. It's 2-0. Mason Palmer right now will love to score the 8th run of the game here for Devil's Lake. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Beckham. Beckham right now on the verge of putting the tying run aboard here on a walk with Rainsbury. Hunter Remick on the on-deck part. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Be called a strike. It's now 3-1. See if Beckham can hit that same spot. Rainsbury will allow that to go through the zone, work the count to 3-2, or take a swing. He will take a 5-pitch walk, and runners will be at the corners. Second free pass for Beckham in relief, the second of this inning. First one came in a score by the name of Brodina. And now Remick comes up to the plates. And what it's done for Devils Lake here with Remick coming up, if there's not a caught stealing, you would have 7, 8, and 9 batters, so one batter would have to reach base after this to get the top of the lineup back up here for the Storm. Runner at third is Mason Palmer. Rainsbury stands at first. As Remick right now trying to collect his second hit of the contest, takes a big swing at it. It's 0-1. As Remick so far has reached base twice on a single and a walk. No balls and a strike here by the righty, Beckham. Breaking ball will miss inside. It's 1-1. It's been a very competitive tournament after the opening day. A lot of just close games, tight affairs. Games that have been decided by just one inning or one half inning. If you put a nice little quality pitching staff together, or on the opposite side, maybe put 3-4 runs across the board, that could be the difference in a baseball game. 2 balls and a strike here. Before we head to the 7th, can the Storm do any more damage? Or will the Jets take a lead into the final inning of play? The 2-1. That'll work for a ball. It's now 3-1. And you got Will Heilman due up next here for Devils Lake, and you could say he's due. He's 0 for 3. The 3-1, that'll be called a strike. Runner will break early from first in Rainsbury, so if you get one in the gap now, if you're Remick, you could possibly tie the game up. Crowd on the edge of their seat here at Valley Process Technologies Field. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner breaks early, the 3-2 pitch. Oh, he throwed the curveball, and Remick will strike out. First strikeout here for Beckham in relief, but 2 runs do come across off of just 1 hit. There was an error with 2 runners left on base. A new score as we head to the 7th. It's 9-7 in favor of the Jets.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Top of the 7th inning here on yourliveevent.com. It'll be Felber, Chase, and Ebling due up here for the Jets. Max Palmer came on and pitched awfully well so far. 2 1/3 innings of work here for Palmer. Came on so far here for Max. As this will be hit in the air, that'll go to the right fielder. Rainsbury comes in, and this one drops in Bermuda's Triangle in a big hop, and Rainsbury going to climb the ladder to bring it in to not allow it to get by him. So Felber gets a leadoff single here for the Jets. Able to get a run aboard, and that's the first hit against Max Palmer in relief. This came on again and throwing 2 1/3 so far. That's his 36th pitch that he's given up. 2 walks, a strikeout so far here for Max Palmer in relief. And now you have Coming up to the plate here for the Jets. This one will be Bo Purdy. Purdy looking to bunt, does. Places it perfectly, as this would be Palmer as he will take it. And Purdy is retired on the sacrifice. Going to second base will be Felber. And there's one down. I'll go to Kobe Ebling. You got to be careful with Kobe as he's got 2 doubles today. So coming out here for a meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred Storage will be Brent Luring. Just talking it over here and where to pitch Kobe, who's reached base 3 times, has 2 runs scored. His runner at second base one more time is Evan Felber. Then from there it's Finn Bergseth and Eli Emeneth are the scheduled due-up batters here for the Jets. Jets looking for win number 33, while Devils Lake looking for win number 31 on the season. Must be called a strike. It's 0-1. I said it back in the 4th inning after the Jets put up 5 runs across. In every half inning, there was at least 1 run through 3.5. Was a matter of, when 9 runs be enough? Question at this point is yes. However, again, the Storm still have one more time to bat at least here. As the 1-1 misses outside 2-1. If you're the Jets right now, would love to put that run across after a leadoff opposite field single by Felber. Play the small ball variety, get him into scoring position with the bump by Purdy. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Ebling. Off speed. Did he go? No, he did not. It's 3-1. Good take there by Colby. As for some of these teams, they will have their season-ending meeting, and a 3-1 pitch. I don't miss outside for a walk. It's a 5-pitch walk. As we'll see it here now for the Jets with the runner at first base. 3rd walk for Max Palmer as it goes to Finn Bergseth. Bergseth 0 for 2 today. A ground out, strikeout, 2 walks, and a run scored. Bergseth will take a strike. It's 0-1. As Max Palmer from the stretch. So work for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Some of these teams will have their banquets later tonight. Post 2, talking with their head coach Mike Boutain, said just from earlier in the year where State was, we knew we were going to get the banquet a little bit later on here, and he hopes that from his perspective they're a little late to the banquet because that means they're playing for the championship. 2-1 will be called a strike. It's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Bergseth. Felber at second with Ebling at first. 2-2, swing and a miss, and Palmer gets the strikeout, his second. A large second out as well, as it brings up Eli Emeneth to the plate. Emeneth has reached base all 4 times. A single with 2 runs scored and 3 walks here for Eli. As Emeneth has 3 of the 5 walks for the Jets here today. First pitch swinging goes to Mason Palmer. They go to short way to Larson to retire the Jets here in inning number 7. In the inning, no runs across on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We have played 6.5 today. It's the Jets 9, the Storm 7. Down to their final 3 outs when we return.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning as the Storm are down to their final 3 outs of the season. Where this has the Haymakers next in a championship. Loser has their season come to a close. As we get you an update from Park River on what's going on. Scoreless, bottom of the 3rd inning between Park River and Lemoore in the State B tournament. Winner's got a date with Thompson. Then again, Park River, Lemoore scoreless, bottom of the 3rd inning. Heilman, Kraft, and then you have Brodina are the scheduled batters due up here. As nice breaking ball for a strike. Beckham threw that to Freeze Remick to finish this 6th, and he comes out and throws it here to get a lead strike to Heilman. Heilman 0 for 3, flew out to center his last time up, barreled it up, but just right at Felber. Now behind in the count 0-2. Jets trying to avenge a 6-0 loss on Friday where Mason Palmer threw a perfect game. Here's the 0-2. Foul back for the Devils Lake Storm. The East #1 seed maybe felt like they got a little snake bitten after the Haymakers beat them 4-3 back on Saturday after leading 3-0 going into the 7th inning. Came back and beat Kindred yesterday to get to this point. The 0-2 misses back. It's now 1-2. Regardless, just about finding a way to win a baseball game and play one more here this summer. Here's the 1-2 from Beckham. Breaking ball. Got him out in front. This one could spell trouble. It's in for a base hit. Over Barnacle's head to right, and the Storm with a leadoff runner here in the 7th inning. Second hit against Beckham in relief. 10th hit of the contest for the Storm, and more importantly for Devils Lake, it brings up the tie-in run in Easton Kraft, who's already had 2 extra base hits today. 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles, a run scored, and a run driven in. This will be called the strike. It's 0-1. As Hyman takes his leave off of first. Emineth holding him on. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Good spot for a strike. It's 0-2. See if Beckham goes back to the breaking ball, or does he work a fastball somewhere here against Easton. The 0-2 fastball hit on a line. They get 1 there. Chance for 2 at first. In time! It's a double play. Barnacle to Emineth. 4-3 on the twin killing. Just how Devils Lake retired Kindred yesterday on the 4-3 double play. It now rears its ugly head against them here in the 7th. And now it goes to Brodina. Last hope for the Storm. Kraft put a good barrel to the baseball just right to the second baseman. Barnacle with the quick heads-up play to pitch it over to Emineth to get 2. And Brodina takes a strike, gets 0-1. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs here as the Storm are down to their final 2 strikes of the season. 0-1, another breaking ball, 0-2. Does Beckham go there a 3rd consecutive time with the off-speed? The 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Just misses, now 1-2. Just off the plates. Winner heads to the championship. Loser has their season come to a close here at the State Legion. Hit. This one will go to Emineth. Emineth is there, will keep it himself, and that'll do it. The Jets are making their way to the championship with a 9-7 win over the Devils Lake Storm. In a game that finishes at 2:14, that goes 2 hours and 12 minutes long here today in this one. The Jets now 33-9 on the season, Devils Lake drops to 30-11, and their season comes to a close in a game that goes 2 hours and 12 minutes. We're back with more of our post-game show after this here, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. We'll try to hear from a victorious player. That and more still to come here on your liveevent.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we take a look at the final numbers here in this one, the Jets 9 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors with 10 runners left on base. For the Storm, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. Jack Joyce able to come up and pick up the win here in this one. Beckham with the save for the Fargo Jets as they win it 9-7, and we'll have a rematch with the Castleton Haymakers coming up in the championship here later today in Castleton. Taking a look at our play of the contest, and you got a couple of them. One of them brought to you in part by Agassi Feature Precision Egg. One of our plays of the contest, that double play in the 7th inning, 4-3. Barnacle to Emineth to get Kraft on the double play, but also 2 heads-up plays by the catcher, Sam Chase, to get an out at third base of Max Palmer, picking him off, and also getting a caught steal with Tripke at second base. Those were 2 large outs when Joyce just could way to find an out. A couple of CNI singles off the bat, high hoppers in the infield. But at the end of the day, those 2 outs come up large later in the contest as well. That's our plays of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, your Agassi Precision headquarters in Hillsboro. Call PlanterDoc.com. That's PlanterDoc.com for the website, or call 701-436-2119 and visit Agassi Precision Egg. As we continue with more on our Castleton Lumber post-game show, the Jets score a run in the first, a run in the second, 2 runs in the third, 5 runs in the 4th inning as well to score their 9 runs, while for Devils Lake, they would score 3 runs in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third, also 2 runs in inning number 6 as well. That's a take a look at our box score here in this one, in a game that goes 2 hours and 12 minutes as the Fargo Jets are able to pick up the win over the Devils Lake Firebirds. And in doing so, the Jets bottom of the lineup, Andrew Perrault with 2 RBIs, Schultz with 3 RBIs, Beckham with the run driven in, Felber with the run driven in as well. They did a really nice job in this performance. When we come back after this, we'll get to our player of the game. Here in this one, Harper Schultz with a couple of extra base hits, able to get a home run, and also in that particular contest, able to get a double as well. We'll hear from Mr. Harper after this here on your liveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
As we come back here on our post-game show, this interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. With us is our player of the game and a guy that likes to get a couple of extra base hits. Just taking a look one more time. And Harper Schultz, a home run in the second, gets a double in the fourth with 3 runs driven in as well. Harper, congratulations. Just what was it like here from yesterday to today, playing with the rain delay, finishing the last 3 innings off against Castleton, then finding a way to down a really quality opponent in Devils Lake to get to that championship here in about 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, we had to grind the first game out this morning. It was a close game. They started with 2 runs on base, so that was a tough one. We woke up early, we grinded, got to Devils Lake, who we kind of had a sour taste in our mouth left from the first game, and we just grinded through the whole way.
Able to get the home run. Just take us through what were you looking for in that particular at bat to shoot one to right center field?
Well, it was 0-2 pitch, so I figured I should put it in play and threw me an outside fastball and took care of it.
Kind of like where you like it. In this particular game, what was working for the team just to kind of keep passing the baton and get 5 runs in that 4th inning, top to bottom in the lineup, do you think?
I think it was just our mojo, kind of our dugout. We got to our 6th and 7th run in that 4th inning, and once we got there, we just rolled. We just kept cruising.
How about Beckham able to come in relief for Jack Joyce? Really did a nice job of minimizing runners on base against the Devils Lake Storm. Obviously a sweet double play there in the 7th inning, but what did you see from Beckham's performance?
Yeah, it's just a player guy coming in. We're kind of short on arms now, so we're just using guys, getting through, and he's grinded the whole way. A gritty performance on him, getting balls in play and making plays.
As you get ready for Castleton, this will be the final question, as I know you got to get ready for the game, but what's the biggest thing that you hope to carry from this game and a half and get another rematch with Castleton coming up?
Really just our hitting. We're going to have to play solid defense, but we've had to do that all tournament. But our hitting, if we can continue, we'll just keep on rolling. So.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets some more extra base hits. Harper, congratulations on the win. We'll see you here in a few moments.
Thank you.
Again, player of the game, Harper Schultz with us here for Fargo. We'll continue with more after this.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
That does it for our Castleton Lumber post-game show. Again, Devils Lake finishes 30-11 on this season. The Jets improved to 33-9 here on the year, and they will have another contest with Castleton upcoming here in just a few minutes. Make sure you check out yourliveevent.com for the stream link, as it's an all-Eastern championship. The Jets and the Haymakers coming up here in just a few moments from Castleton.